there, YouTube. We're back again for more of our Origins Bonanza blog coverage. We're here live at the DeVere Publishing booth, and we're about to learn about the new game, Fanhunter Urban Warfare, with Matt. Hey, Matt.
Hi.
How are you doing?
I'm great. How are you? Okay.
I'm good. So what is Fanhunter?
Okay, Fanhunter is actually based on a comic that came out in the 90s in Spain. And in the comic world, there's a guy named Alejo Crow who has taken over Barcelona and declared himself the dictator, and he wants to rule everybody through apathy and boredom and keep their minds under control. So he takes away all things geek that we might love, like comic books or video games or board games or RPGs or cult movies, etc., etc. And in the game, so the people, they don't like that, they continue with their geekdom stuff, and Alejo sends out Fanhunters, squads of Fanhunters to take them out and take their stuff. And in this game, Fanhunter Urban Warfare, it's probably the first in a series of products we'll release. It's a skirmish game, a minis game, where a group of Fanhunters is trying to race a group of fans. A silly fan dropped his amazing Spider-Man #1 in the street, and they have to rush back and get it, of course. And the hunters see them, and they're trying to take them out and get the comic for themselves. So it's a mini skirmish game. This is the first of 8 scenarios, and the scenarios are actually narrative in that the outcome of the first scenario determines how the next one begins. And there's also a little comic story that comes along with it in the rulebook.
Oh.
Yeah. So that's one really kind of unique and interesting aspect about it. The anatomy of the cards is pretty straightforward. You've got your Fanhunter leaders, and you've got your troops. Okay, so in this here, for example, this would be the leader. Okay, that's the Fanhunter sergeant, and these are his soldiers. Okay, and they're going to start out trying to take out the Fanhunter troop. That's the leader right there, and then the guys with the katanas are his soldiers. The cards are pretty straightforward. This is your move rate. This is your defense. So this means you get to roll 3 defense dice. Those would be, oh, here they are. Okay, and you would need at least a 4 in order to block a hit, let's say. This is how many wounds you have. This is your shooting dice, your ranged weapon dice, and you get 3 of those in this case. This is your threshold, so you would need a 3 or more to hit. And this is your range, which is 4 squares. There's also melee combat, it works similarly. And psychic abilities, you can set people on fire and things like that if the character has that. Okay. In the game, you get each. So of the units, the leader can move wherever he wants. He doesn't have to stay attached to the unit. But the unit can only be 3 squares. Each character can only be 3 squares apart from the others. So if this guy got all the way over here, he would have to take an action to move back to get within range of his comrades. Each character gets 2 actions, and you play one side, they make all their actions, then the other side would play all of theirs. Each character takes 2 actions. The actions can be move, shoot, search, like if they're in this debris area. They can look for cards, and if they're successful, they can get special cards that help them do things. Some of them are one-off, some of them remain in the game for a little while, and there are a bunch of them. And let's see, so you can move, shoot, search, you can go prone. So if somebody is shooting at you with a ranged weapon, you can lie down, and it enhances your defense ability. And that's pretty much it. The characters all have different abilities. One cool thing about these ninjas is that they have parkour, which means that they move unencumbered through these debris spaces where everybody else moves at half speed. And then some of the weapons are cool. Like this guy has a Volt nightstick that'll stun you. And of course, the Fanhunters, they have superior weaponry because they're part of the government. But the fans, they have to take whatever they can find. So they've got some katanas. This guy uses a chainsaw. And instead of like using traditional military tactics, they have to use what they've learned through their comic books and movies and video games and stuff. So all their strategies and tactics come from things that they've learned from being fans of the stuff that we like. So that's Fanhunter Urban Warfare. It's just launching here in Origins, and come on by.
All right, very, very cool. That is Fanhunter Urban Warfare. It looks really neat. If it looks like it might be your cup of tea, be sure to check this one out. If you're enjoying this Origins coverage, please be sure to click on that subscribe button down below. And as always, thanks for your time, YouTube.